Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Let me turn my controller off for you guys. We have a replay analysis of a 1v1. Now this is Champ 2. I think it's a good rank. People were asking for 1v1s, by the way, in my Twitch chat, so that's why I've decided to do one today. Champ 2, not a bad rank for everyone to learn from. People are a little bit higher than that. It'll still be high level enough for you guys to learn from, and especially people below that can absolutely learn from a high rank player in Champ 2. So I'm going to look forward to this one. Now, this guy says he's always been a ones grinder and has been going up for a rank or two for every season, which is very impressive. He said he peaked Champ 3 for a minute and then fell back down. Had a close match, definitely could have won the game. I don't really know what's up with my playstyle, but it's definitely weird. I think I don't challenge gaps well enough and bad offense. Okay, so poor challenging habits, specifically with spacing, and maybe poor offense, maybe the decisions we're making or the balls we're going for. So let's get straight into this one. We're looking at Banana Nappy, which is a great name. And straight off the kickoff, not a bad kickoff from both players, actually. If we look at this guy has a really nice kickoff on this one. Super clean speed flip. And we didn't do a bad job at all either. So nice. I'm happy about that because kickoffs are tough. Now, the reason, or not necessarily the reason why we lost this one, because technically we won it. The ball went in his half, right? But he got possession. I'm not going to dive too deep into it because sometimes kickoffs like this happen where it's super even. The player just gets in front of your car before you get in front of theirs, and that's what happened here. However, one thing I do want you to kind of keep a little bit, of a mind on is this guy. You'll see that he lands to the left side of the ball and then dives over to the right side last second. Okay. I don't know why this works, but it always does. It's always worked for me. It's a massive tip for everyone that struggles with their kickoff to learn. It will improve your kickoff if you time it well. I don't know why. It helps with timing, I think. I'm not sure, but yeah. Not sure if it was the exact reason why we lost the kickoff. Just something to keep in mind. I'm not going to spend too long on it. Now, this guy says he has poor habits with, spacing in particular. Massive mistake here, okay? We just go for our back boost pad. We see the 100 boost pad, we want it. It's not good to do in this instance, especially when we don't need it, right? We're about to pick up this 12 pad. That means we will be on 48 boost. We're on 36, we'll be on 48, okay? We just picked up it, 48, and then we just leave. 48 is well enough to defend this play, especially since this guy's on like 30 or 20 boost, right? So just close the space down. As soon as we go back here, we're getting boost, but we're conceding space. Okay, so that's the trade-off we're making here. As soon as you do this, if you do want to do it, which I'm not saying it's an exact mistake to do this every time, but the biggest mistake is that comes after you don't close the space down. Okay, we need to be urgent. Close that space down because as soon as we just let him, we're just a sitting duck, right? And this will be a common theme in the first minute of this replay, guys. I had a little bit of a look beforehand. Yeah, we just need to close that gap down because have a look at this from his angle. He can't shoot to the right side of the net. Okay, if he can, he has to do a really good flick. He has to do a really good flick, and you'll at least have to force him to do that if you challenge. You just have to cover this one angle of, going towards the ball. This angle. Because that's really the only angle he can shoot. If he scores here, like I said, it means he's gotten around to the left side of the ball and then flicked it to the right, or he's turned a 180 in the air to get behind the ball exactly and then flick it over to that side. Both are quite difficult things to do with good control and then good accuracy on the flick or the shot, so just force him to do that at least. Challenge where the angle is actually coming from because that's the only place he can shoot, right? Close the space down off the boost grab. As simple as that. If you don't want to, and I advise you don't do this because you have a massive habit, and we'll get onto that a little bit more later, of going for these back boost pads. Just don't, all right? Let's go over to the next play because, yeah, that's going to come up again soon. All right, kickoff. On this kickoff, we turn slightly too much at the start, okay? Again, a common theme. So this is good because, we're going to be picking up on things that happen consistently. The reason we won this kickoff is because, at this rank, and at most ranks, to be honest with you guys, even really high level, you might mess up at some point in the kickoff, but as long as you get a really solid contact through the ball, which we do here, you will win most of the time. Our opponent gets a terrible contact. He flips past the ball almost, brushing it. He's brushing the ball. That's why I like to say he's just brushing the ball with his car. And then he doesn't get a solid contact, we win it. But you did go too far over to that side on this kickoff. So we do have a couple things that are wrong with our first, kind of thing we do in the kickoff. Here, we're just not speed flipping or boosting all the way through the speed flip. So that's your mistake here. And then that means we boost all the way at the end and it lifts our car up, which means we land awkwardly. Sorry for the stutter. We land awkwardly, and then we also land slower than our opponent. He's already jumping into the ball. We're just about, oh, sorry, we were jumping, but let's have a look where he lands. Maybe he lands sooner. He should. He lands about now. We're still in the air. I mean, look at that. We're actually quite well in the air. He's already basically landed, right? At least back wheels on the ground. We're kind of not here. So you'll see that's why he gets more of a contact through this ball, because he landed sooner. His car can correct itself. So make sure you're boosting all the way throughout the speed flip. Like that. Now this one was a mistake though, okay? So we boosted all the way throughout the speed flip, but we don't want to be boosting here. If your opponent isn't shooting here, which you do need to check, whether you turn on ball cam or you look behind you with your reverse cam, you just need to check. Is he shooting? If he is, then we need to rush back, obviously. If he's not, which he isn't here, then we don't use the boost that we've just picked up, especially if we're on 0, all right? And then don't go for this big boost pad. You'll see that you have a massive tendency to grab these big boost pads. I want you to almost shut that off your mind. They don't exist anymore. And you might lose games because of it. But really try and not go for these corner boosts, especially when your opponent has possession. I want you guys, and especially you, in this replay, to play off the small pads and close that gap down, okay? You shouldn't even have to close the gap down because there shouldn't be a gap. You need to stick close to this ball in this instance, all right? If you are this opponent, just imagine what they want you to do. What they want you to do is just go back, right? Here, I would obviously take time on this ball. This is a big mistake first. But I would just try and stick around. Try and get a pop on the ball. If you get beat, you get beat. It's not because you tried to stick around. It's because you made a poor touch, in the previous 2 seconds, okay? So just try and stick on the ball. Don't even go for this boost pad. Stick underneath it. Get a flip. Try and make your opponent awkward. Then you can go for boost after making them awkward. Maybe even get some pressure off it. They have to hit it to their corner, grab their corner boost. That's what I would do. And the touch that would make that happen is being able to flick it quite high into this spot, all right? They would be awkward. You pressure the ball. They'll feel pressured. They'll probably hit it into this spot. You push the ball and you get the boost. That is what happens or can happen if you do a good enough touch in this position, okay? If you do go back, try and close the gap down. If you do go for the boost, because after watching this video, you might have a better idea in your mind that you shouldn't go for these corner boosts, but it's still going to happen in your games. If it does happen, close that gap down instantly, all right? It's just a sit and duck in net. I'd rather you make concede a goal, which you probably would have done there, even if you did go for the corner boost and then try and close the gap down. I'd rather you do that than just sit in net. This kickoff we won, but even in all the kickoffs we win, there's still a couple of things we can fix. I'm not going to spend too long on it, but this one we simply went too far over to the right side before we flipped. You need to be a little bit more light on your turn in the first half second of that kickoff. Just a little bit more light. We're just a little bit heavy there. Good. Okay, go for a bump. So in this spot, your opponent is on, he's actually saved quite a lot of boosts, a lot more than I was thinking. He's on 24, 23 boosts here, okay? By the way, why is he on 23 here? It doesn't make sense to me. It actually doesn't make any sense. I know, there's decimals in Rocket League in terms of, boosts and stuff, I think. But he's picked up 2 pads. That's always been a thing in my mind. It's always happened in this game. Okay, back to the point. He's going wide with this flick. He's also on low boost. He's also moving slowly. All those factors mean that he can't really shoot before you can get back. So that gives you a little bit of time. He's going to flick, okay? But because he's moving slowly, that means you can just drive challenge, which is a challenge. You'll probably know what it is, but just for those who don't know, drive challenging is where you don't jump, you don't flip, you just simply drive at your opponent, okay? It's in the name. What that will normally do, and this is usually done in positions like this where you're coming at the side of your opponent, especially when they're moving slowly and they don't have an angle to shoot, or you have a teammate behind you in team game modes. What that does is that you'll usually either get the ball off them 100% of the time, get the ball off them and get a bump, or get a demo, get possession, or they don't jump and they don't touch the ball really. You just demo them and then you can turn around with the ball and score if you're fast enough, okay? One of those 4 things, all right? Or they double jump if they have boost and you've chosen the wrong challenge to go for and they air dribble over your head. Okay, that's when it goes wrong. Here, just drive at him. You just drive at him. You go supersonic, you'll kill him. Every time here. And you've got a free ball. Because we didn't do that, we just, we don't have a free ball in this spot. And we've given away boost, and now we've given away possession. As soon as you do this, all right, you go for the boost. I don't mind it. Okay, I don't mind it. We just forget about the ball for a second and go for the boost. As soon as you see this position, alarms should be going off in your head. We are going to have possession in the next 5 seconds because this guy cannot stick around with the ball. We just drive at him, and you'll have possession, right? Every time there. Again, drive at him, kill him. The ball is off target. So every time your opponent is mid-flip, they cannot get anywhere else. They have to land in the spot where they're going to land, right? The only way they can change their speed or direction is by boosting, all right? So they might boost over you. You know that this guy's on low boost, 0 boost. So go for a demo every time because you know where he's going to land. Just hit him as he lands, and you kill him, you have space, right? You can get the corner boost, you have a ton of space, you should score off it. Because we didn't do those 2 things, we're just missing a couple of key moments where we can go for demos. Here, go for a demo. Go for a bump. Go for a bump. So you can't do it yet. You can do it now. Because your opponent is moving slowly. They cannot speed up fast enough than you would go for the bump and then be able to recover. They can't speed the ball up fast enough to catch you out in those 2 things before you can get back, okay? So you just drive underneath the ball, drive challenge, drive underneath the ball, hit them, get a demo, and you probably score off it. Great challenge in the corner, love that. Good stuff, hit to the side, get the mid boost. Okay, we're just slightly heavy. This touch isn't fantastic. You have time, Don't jump for this ball. I like the hit to the side, but don't jump. So just let the ball drop a little bit and just side flip. You don't have to aerial. I know this doesn't really count as an aerial, but you're jumping whilst boosting upwards. I kind of count it, even though it's such a low off the ground. Just side flip as the ball hits the ground. Don't try and hit it upwards. Side flip to the mid boost, and you'll have a better control of your car in this position. Okay, you can never flip like this. So guys, very rarely. And this will take some getting used to because it's hard to do this or hard to understand why you shouldn't do this. But especially in team game modes, and in every game mode, to be honest, in team game modes, let's say, you flip into this ball. It's so easy for this guy to 50 you. It'll pinch out mid every time like this, and then this guy can just get a free ball behind them and make a 1v1 because you're out the play because you flipped against the wall, which means you don't have a good recovery. So never do this in team game modes, and especially don't do it in ones either, because if I'm this guy, right, and of course, they might not do this at every rank, but they might start doing it as you get higher rank. I would just break here every time, okay? I would get this boost, break. Because if you flip, that means I've got a goal because you're just hitting it into my car and it will go past you. If you don't flip, then you don't have the boost, you don't have the angle, you're going to have to go back and concede possession anyway. So I'm not losing anything. The mistake here is he drove, he got over aggressive. Break, let them hit it to you, you have a goal or you have possession, all right? So knowing that and knowing we should be doing that in offense, what we shouldn't be doing in defense is flipping, all right? Single jump. Get behind the ball and single jump because you're not doing anything here that you can't do with a single jump. And don't even try and hit the ball. Let them hit it into you. So single jump behind the ball. If they don't go for the ball and they break, like I suggest them to do in this position, then you've lost possession and you go for the corner boost and then you close the space down. Okay, your turn. Corner boost, space down, close space down because they'll be here around now. And then you close, the angle that they have off. All right. But here, you never flip. You never flip, especially when we're on low boost. Because now, look, we're flying for years, and then we get back. Now he has all the time in the world. Good though. We close the space down like that. I don't think we've challenged yet, and we're a minute in. I suggest at the start of games, guys, especially in 1v1, to change your playstyle drastically. Either go really aggressive, or take lots of shots. So. Really aggressive either way. You just try and take lots of shots. You don't dribble. You just take a shot every time, and that makes them fear you. That makes them respect you and respect that they have to cover the long shot. Or you challenge them really aggressively, or both, long shots and aggressive, to make them again fear you and respect that you might challenge. Like I said, really aggressively. We've not challenged yet. We're a minute and a half in. Actually, sorry, we did challenge here, which I like, but that's because we kind of have to. Although that's a great challenge. There's no angle, so it's what we're looking for. What you didn't do before, so it's good that you did it there. Great, fake challenge. We're good here. Again, we're good. This touch, we need to flip. We just need to flip because this guy, I would just, I'd go in front of you, get the boost. Because he shouldn't be tracking the ball in this position. He makes a touch. He should be tracking just the player. trying to get behind you, trying to get a demo on you as you land. Again, like we suggested you to do to him beforehand. So he would then see that you've not, gotten flip and got momentum, and he would just swipe the boost from you. So we got lucky here that he didn't do that. But it was good defense still. I love that delayed touch. Nice bump. Get underneath him or can get behind him. Even if you didn't mean to get the bump in that situation, you're just putting yourself there in case it happens, and that's what you want to do there. So it's really good stuff. Nice flip. Kickoff's good. Let's see what he does. He's just slightly more solid on the kickoff, like on the block on the ball. So he flips sooner. So he gets the first touch on the ball if I'm not wrong, and that means he dictates where it goes a little bit quicker. He's flipping sooner, as you see. His flip is more complete than yours in this position, which means that he's flipped sooner. Of course, the ball plays a part on hitting his car into that flip, but I'm not going to go into that. But he did flip sooner. So that's probably why his kickoff is slightly better now. I'm not saying you guys need to flip really soon. There should be a goal. Yeah, we just need to flip. Just flip. So just have a bit more confidence. Flip through this boost pad. Boost towards the ball. Speed flip around the ball. Speed flip to the left side of the ball. We just take a little bit too much time. I'm not going to go into it too much, but yeah. All right. Playoff pads. We love big boost pads. Again, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, but we need to cut these habits off, even if it means sometimes making the second best play. I don't know if this is the best play. I think this is fine to go for this big boost pad. I think it can be risky at higher rank, because if I was this guy again, hit the ball off the wall, I would speed it up. Speed this ball up down the line. Right side, because you've landed over to the left side of the ball. We know, the left side of the pitch, in his view, in our opponent's view. And we know that because you flipped to the right side in your view. Okay, so I would just go down the right side of the pitch if I was the opponent here, and now I'd hook shot. You wouldn't even be back, I don't think. So that's why this mid boost grab is a mistake at high rank, because you would just get punished. So play off this pad, okay? 12, 24, 36. Of course, you see where your opponent is. If he's attacking down this position, you wouldn't even go for this pad. You go for this pad. You close the space down sooner. 12, 24, 36, maybe 48, but maybe 36. We go around that boost pad to get an angle on the ball, depending on where he is. And we'd be on 40 boost challenging, thereabouts, which is good. It's a good amount of boost. Here we're on 70, but we've allowed him to jump. So is that extra 30 boost, and the trade-off being that we give him a little bit amount of time to be able to make his play exactly what he wants to do. Is that trade-off good? Well, we conceded a goal from it. So, it's probably not the best. And again, I'm not saying that this boost grab isn't, it's the worst thing to do. But just challenge him as well at some point. We're just fake challenging too much. So simple. Fake challenging too much. We're not closing the gaps down quick enough. We're going for big boost pads too much. Those three things are causing your challenges to be poorly spaced and too obvious. Okay? They're all leading to those two things. Bad spacing, too obvious. Every time. Okay, we just got fake because he jumped on the wall. I don't think it's not terrible. So we don't have to jump here. We just have to respect if he jumps on the wall like he did, to go for the ball, because he did a good play, right? Jumps on the wall. It means he's close to the ball. He could probably just boost and go for this and try and shoot. I think that's what we might be scared of here, and that's why we jump. Maybe you tried to get a control touch. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to play off the fact that I think you thought he was going to go for the ball, okay? If you think that, you don't have to double jump into this, because his shot isn't going to be fast enough that you can't get back. Which means that all we have to do is we just have to turn slightly. So if we think he might go here, we just have to turn to the right slightly. Right? We think he might go, turn to the right, cover the shot. And then he turns back and we can turn back. And then we have possession. We have space. All right? So just don't try not to get too caught up in the fact that you're scared the opponent might shoot and making a rash decision where you can just cover the shot for a half second. If it doesn't happen, we can go back, and we've not made a massive a massive commitment to a play like we did with that double jump there. Okay. So here, so this is scary. I know it's scary because this guy has a flip. At least that's what we think. I don't know if he did get the flip. Actually, he definitely did. Yeah, because he wave dashed, I think, onto this. Yeah, he did. Sorry, I'm stupid. But we're scared of if he got the flip. Okay. So I know that we're worried about the shot, but as soon as you see him going to the ground, that's your cue to close the space down. We're just simply not challenging enough in this game, and this is just another one of those instances. Sometimes being patient can reward us like it does here, but I hope you know that like just because we got a goal, it doesn't mean it was a fantastic play, right? Sometimes, like I say in my main channel videos, you know, I scored there, but it's not what I wanted to do, or it's off a mistake. We got lucky kind of thing. So that's kind of what I want you to think about. So again, we're just too heavy. Again, we win the kickoff, but we're just too heavy. We're just turning too much, all right? You need to be turning a little bit less. Nice bump, lovely stuff, and we get a goal, nice. But again, your contact through the ball is really impressive. And I know it's such a small thing. It's really good. We're really contacting the ball fairly cleanly every time. Our opponent is too. This is a game of pretty good kickoffs, to be honest with you. Okay, 3-4. Okay, I gave you all that praise and then we didn't. That happens. Okay, we're just we're slightly, you know, turning too much. I need you to be a bit more light with your left thumb or whatever it is that you hit the left turn with your button or the left analog stick or whatever it is on your keyboard, whatever it is. Just be more light with it. You don't want to be too heavy. We're just too heavy. We're turning too much. And that makes our flip just makes it weird. We're not landing properly. We're landing it slightly too late because we're not speed flipping quick enough either. So I need you to work on speed flips and turns on your kickoff. Sorry, I just hit the mic. So on this one, hang on, let me turn my controller on for a second and we'll get back into the replay after, guys. See my left analog stick? I'm just slightly turning it as I'm flipping, okay? Slightly turn, like that. And that allows me to flip in a straight line pretty much. Slight turn, all right? That one wasn't great. I need to work on it as well. So me and you the same. But, you know, just a slight turn, right? You flip in a little bit later than you are, okay? And what was the other thing? And yeah, flipping quicker, okay? So just pressing it, doing the motion quicker. Whatever you're doing with your speed flip, press the X button twice, a little bit faster, okay? And you'll land a bit quicker. It lands you sooner and allows you to, you know, get the first touch on the ball, which allows you to dictate the kickoff. Okay, let's get back into it. It's a long replay, so I don't want to spend too much time on things we've heard before. All right, 2.5 minutes left. Nice read on the fake kickoff. Just slight, yeah. Again, we're just too heavy. I'll keep saying it every time. Again, we're just too slow on the speed flip as well. It lands us late, which means we can't get a good shot off. We're just turning too much. Simple as that. Yeah, again, it's the same mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to point them out. I'm not going to go over them. Close the space down. We need to challenge at some point. Stop letting him do what he wants to do. Okay? We have to be really, what's the word? Critical with ourselves on this point. Because it's a clearly, hugely kind of ingrained like habit that you have. Poor habit. Again, when you're going for the corner boost, go for the mini pads. The small pads are there. They're there for a reason. And I'll speak about this for 30 seconds and we'll move on. Look at the position of the mini pads on the pitch, guys. They're perfectly in line with the general rotation of Rocket League. And that's because the rotation, you know, is because of the pads, not vice versa, okay? The rotation in Rocket League, how it works, is because these pads are where they are. It allows you to stick to that nice rotation, all right? So just use that. If the pads were differently placed, like, you know, here and then not one over, you know, until here this time, then the rotation would be different in this game. You know, you wouldn't be able to go for any boost in this area, so you'd always close the gap down here, all right? The rotation will always stick to the pads. So if the pads' positions change in the game, which they never will, hopefully, it will never change. So always play off these pads. That shows you where you need to go. These boost pads, not a fan of them. Big boost pads, there's nothing extra you can get out of going for those that you can't get on the small pads. Really nice save. You did a fantastic job there. Nice. Good open net as well. I'd missed that one. All right, 5-5. 2 minutes left. We're playing well. For all the faults that I'm pointing at, we're still playing well. Kickoffs are really good. This guy's got a good kickoff as well. He messed up that time and we capitalized on it. We should have possession now. It's a good touch. Yeah, just let him. I love it. That's great. If your opponent is on low boost, guys, like here, just take a shot. Take a shot and back off. Just chill out. Let them do what they want to do. If you want to go for that corner boost in the meantime, go for it. Let them touch the ball. And they'll hand it you most of the time because they have to. They're on low boost. All right, 6-5. Good stuff. Turning too much on the kickoff. Again, we have a really solid contact through the ball though, so it's not the worst deal in the world. Nice curve dash here. Nice stuff. That was clean movement there. Okay. Nah. Just close it down. Just like we have to inch ourselves closer and closer. Okay. And I don't mind that you're boosting here, but we also have to be braking. We also have to be braking a little bit, brake a little bit, get a little bit closer and closer. Okay, he's about to flick. Then we need to go back, or we can just challenge because we're close. We've closed the space down. You know, we're in a good position now. Doing this, look, man, look at the angle, dude. He could shoot, he could score. If he had a really good flick, that's just open, okay? So we're just giving an open net. Now, of course, that's really hard to score that, to be honest. I won't. Moxie will every time, right? But that's, you know, one of the best ones players in the world and the best at, you know, flicks. So he'd probably score this, but players can get, not lucky, but pull off a really good flick every now and then, and it will just be a goal. You know, that wasn't bad. We did a good job of covering it after the fact. We had a good save, good reactions here, good speed, good control, good touch into the corner, and good follow-up here. We have possession. It's not bad, right? But we just need to close that space down because every time we don't, we're just giving our opponents so much confidence. So much confidence. Don't try and shoot. Nice. Okay, thank God. I thought we were going to like try and hook shot that because a lot of mistakes come from, you know, lower rank. Just trying to shoot from this position where they're about to get a 50. That's good. Now, a really nice player, I want you to get into your game. It takes no mechanics to do. In positions like this, where both you and your opponent are hidden behind the ball, guys, and you're both moving slowly, because the gap is very close, they're probably going to challenge you at some point, okay? So if you just carried on going at him, he probably would have challenged you. I suggest you let him do that. Let him challenge you. And what you do is you just break, okay? Like we spoke about before with the flipping into the wall, where the ball is very close to the wall for a 50, just break and let them touch into you. How you do this, you have to be hidden behind the ball so they can't see you do it, okay? But just break. Let them flip the ball into you, and we'll be good. Okay, I don't mind that we go back for boost pad, the big boost pad here. It's not the same kind of circumstances I showed before because, again, we had to run low boost because we missed that mid boost. So, you know, it's just as simple as that. Okay, that's fine. I like it. I actually like it. Follow the ball. Follow the ball, though. I know a lot of people think, well, why do you like this? Because he missed this mid boost, we can infer that he's probably on, low boost, okay? Between 0 and 30. All right, he missed the mid boost. Just take a long shot. This isn't bad. Just follow the ball, though, because he can't speed it up. It's not like he can take a shot from this, you know, from this position. So what are we defending? What are we defending? You know what I mean? Just drive challenge him. Put him under pressure. Another drive challenge. Just drive at the ball. Don't jump, drive. Because a lot of players will want to touch this ball with a controlled touch, which means they don't jump, which means they can get demoed because they're popping the ball. You go underneath the ball as they pop it and you demo them. That's a play that everyone watching this video can do. All right? You focus on the car. You don't focus on the player. You don't focus on the ball. You just focus on the player and you just drive challenge them. You probably kill them and get a goal. All right, we just need to close the space down again. Yeah, we're just going to, we're just not closing the space down. We've not challenged once. We've had like maybe 2 challenges in like maybe 12 that, you know, we could have gone for. 12, we're 2 for 12 in actually challenging the ball, I'd say. It's not exactly right, but you know what I mean. It's a lot, you know, it's a lot. We're just giving too much space. Nice, flip, get the boost. Okay. We just got caught, I think, between what we wanted to do here. I think we wanted to control it up, and then we got scared, and then we went down. I don't mind it. It happens. Just have confidence here. If you want to go to the ceiling in this play, it's quite hard to, but you could. Same with an air drill. Again, hard to get underneath the ball and get a good touch in this position since the ball is low on the wall and we're not coming at the ball from a side-on angle. We're coming from behind it, so it's tough, but you could do it. I suggest just, you know, because he's going to go for that corner boost. You have one of 2 players. If he's kind of close to you, so if he was more here, you could chip the ball, speed it up, and try and demo him, okay, as he's going for this boost. Because he's too far away, I think he reaches the boost before you can catch up to him. So you just take time. So you want to get a controlled touch, get behind the ball, get almost over the ball, and just touch it downwards off the wall. Okay, that will put you into position to be able to power shot it. It also puts the ball into a position where you can't really challenge most of the time. Okay. We have to be aware that this is a chance this happens, so we have to challenge a bit quicker before he lands. Well, not before he lands exactly, but as he's landing. So I would challenge here. Double jump into the ball or single jump, but don't let him like, you know, recover his car and get kind of safe and comfortable on the ground before he has to jump again, because it allows him to, like I said, get comfortable and jump in a straight line, which can lead to you getting demoed in that position. You either do that or you just don't challenge at all. He's going to shoot, just let him shoot. You're going to be back. You can probably get a counter attack off it because he's probably going to rush a shot since he is worried about your potential challenge. This time it does come and he scores off it. But you can just leave that ball as well. It's going into your corner. The only angle he has is to shoot across the net. Let him do it, get the save, get the boost in the corner, on the other corner, hitting across the net and then go for a counter attack. If you don't want to challenge, that's the ideal situation. Nice, good spot. Really nice air roll around the ball. Good shot, good flip timing. Good closing the space down. I like it. Okay. So he delayed the kickoff. Not going to speak about it too much. It's just a good kickoff. He didn't mean to. Sometimes in this game you get rewarded by making bad plays. Alright. And that's one of them. This happens at my rank. It will happen at every rank for as long as you play the game. Especially on kickoffs. If you mess your kickoff up, sometimes it can reward you because it changes the timing of the 50. Stuff like that. We go for our own delayed kickoff. This time we meant it, as opposed to our opponents. So I like that. Didn't quite work out, but we have space. Oh, sorry, we have, you know, boost and stuff like that. Now look, we're challenging. We're closing the gaps down because with 30 seconds left, we need to score. So look, we're playing better. Look, it makes our opponent awkward. So imagine you did this the whole game. We're just going to get possession in these positions. All right, look how awkward he is. Flick it. I love it. Go for the corner boost or just wait. Yep. Look, we're playing better as the time gets on, as the time, you know, closes down because we don't have that luxury of time anymore. So that goes to show you that you know how to do this stuff. You just have to imagine that there's no time left. You know, I'm not saying play it ultra aggressive at all times, but, you know, maybe a little bit more aggressive. We missed. We don't have to go for that ball, but I get, you know, you were conceding a lot. So I like that we're closing the space down. I know that's a really bad miss, especially in the circumstance of the time in the game, but I wouldn't stress it, even though it's annoying. But we score here. We have to score here. It ends 10-9. Nice. Look, we're closing the gap down. Look how panicky our opponent is. It makes him so panicky. Close the space down, we would have won this game. It wouldn't have even been close. We were the better player in this game. We were definitely the better player in this game. Just close that gap down, and we will win. Easy as that. Close it down. I love it. We're challenging perfectly at the end. You're challenging like a pro in this last like minute or last 30 seconds. Apart from the miss to concede the 9th goal, you know, with the ideas, we're playing like a pro. Kind of. Get towards the wall here. This is good stuff though. Force the ball, you know, force a 50, let him touch it. Just hide behind the ball. We're playing so well. Just boost. Because the only spot he can hit it is towards here. So get your car here. Don't flip though. Just get your car here. And you'll probably win this 50 forward. It might even go off the ceiling and you shoot. Alright. It'll bounce off the ceiling. It's a common thing where it will just pinch up and he's out of the play. You can just shoot, okay? You let it get past you, which again is fine because we have possession. Take it to the left side of the pitch. You needed to speed it up here. So you need to get a touch here as high as it can be. To get a touch to the left side of the pitch and then go for a hook shot or a bounce dribble into a power shot. Because we've slowed it down, look, he's here now. Alright, we've actually just given away possession. So a little bit, you know, nervy in this overtime, which is happens. That's fine. Nerves is good, means you care. Stay close. Nice. Careful. We turn the wrong way here. So just back up here. Like back up, half flip into the ball and turn. Because we allowed ourselves for a bump here. Like for a, you know, a brief half second. But if a really, really good player got you in this position, I'm slamming you. I'm just flipping into you because I would let your car's momentum aid my car. I would flip into you and it wouldn't send my car too far. It would just send my car right behind the ball. I scored the open net every time. So just don't turn like this because a really, really good player would just bump you. Simple as that. But even then, we've done a... Nah. You've got this boost. What do you need this boost for? You know, just turn. Faster. Challenge. Yeah. We're so panicky, but I get it. But we just need to challenge again in that position. Close the gap down. Stay with it. Nah. Good try. Yeah, I don't mind that we conceded off that because again, it's just the same thing. That's right, all right? It's just the exact same thing. So it's a good end to the game because you know what you need to work on. You're a very good player. Your mechanics are clean. You're smooth. You're relatively just efficient. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. You clearly know the ones game. I think you just need to challenge more. I had or still sometimes have, but especially ranking up, I had the exact same issues. I was leagues ahead of people in terms of kickoffs and flicks and stuff to do with ones. But I just I never challenged. And I always got annoyed when my opponents challenged me. They're ball chasing. I'm not, I never challenge. I always fake challenge. So just don't make the same mistake I did whilst ranking up. I learned at some point, don't know when it was, but I started challenging more because how can you fake challenge without them even being scared that you might just full challenge? You have to sometimes fake challenge, sometimes full challenge, and just mix it up. Because if your opponent is just constantly fake challenging you like this, I'm just going to dribble at their net. They're just going to fake challenge me. They're just going to. I've just scored. I've not even flicked. I've just scored. They're just fake challenging over. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we got to there. So all it is that you need to focus on is closing the gap down, all right? And you said you struggled with spacing. You might say, well, Jack, you just say close the gap down. I don't know how to. I don't know the positions I need to pick it in. Unfortunately, that's for you to learn because if you just have the mindset of I need to close this gap down, you will naturally learn. If you do it in every position, you're going to get punished, right? Which I don't mind. I don't mind you getting punished. That's how we learn, okay? So do it almost in every position. Play a little bit more aggressive or far more aggressive, to be honest with you, and then go from there. Learn from there. You'll see the spots where you can't do it in. For example, I can't close the space down, just full challenge whilst the ball is near the wall, like we spoke about, okay? Because that means the ball's probably just going to pinch up to the mid, and if my opponent doesn't flip and I do, that means their recovery is faster and they can just score, okay? But that means I can close the space down, just get behind the ball, and just guide them into my corner, because I know my corner's safe. There's no angle, and you'll get better like that. You just have to think. I know that's obnoxious to say, but you just have to apply the things I said in terms of spacing, closing the space down, and go from there. Learn the things, the circumstances where you can't do that, like some ones I suggested to you. Get some drive challenges in your game, especially when the opponent is moving slowly or on low boost with the ball, and they are, you're coming from the side of them. Like here, you drive challenge them, you get the possession. Even if they flick, you'll get back for the flick. Even if it's on target, and especially in positions like this where your opponent is in the corner, you're coming from this spot, just go underneath the ball if the ball's bouncing, which sometimes happens. Just go for a drive challenge. If they jump over you, they're not going to be able to speed the ball up fast enough before you can get back, so it's completely fine. So just add a little bit more aggressive challenge game to your game, and you'll be good. All right. Other than that, things to work on. Simple. Just being too heavy on your on your turn on the kickoff. We turn like this. We also flip too soon, especially on the straight up kickoff like this one. We flip too soon. We turn and flip like that. And I'm not even getting supersonic. I have to use a bit more boost to get supersonic. Look at my flip, right? I'm supersonic here. Not even before not even after I've landed. I'm already supersonic. Okay, so just make that a little bit more efficient, a little bit more clean, and you'll be good, man. You're a great player. I love what I'm seeing. So keep it up for sure. I think you've got a lot of positives to your game, and you should be more confident than you are. I think there's a lack of confidence there, but I'm guessing. I'm guessing off what I see. Guys, if you have any suggestions for this player, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Don't be obnoxious with it. For example, not for example, but with anyone else, if you have any questions, everyone help each other out. I'll read the comments. I'll see if I can reply to some. I apologize I didn't for the last video, but I'll make sure to do it for this video. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see on this channel other than replay analysis. And I'll see you guys later. Take care.